Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in today. We have a couple of Pivot Shuttle LTs and noticed that one of them was a bit louder than the other and had a little bit of a rattly sound to it. So today we're gonna be showing you guys how to adjust the battery bracket position to ensure your bike is as quiet as it can be. So stick around for this easy fix and we'll get into it. All right, folks, so as we said, one of the two Pivot Shuttle LTs we had in for review, a size large and a size medium, stay tuned for an interesting video on that, was a little bit loud and rattly, and we reached out to the folks at Pivot and found out they do have a standard operating procedure document for adjusting the battery bracket position system, and it's really easy, and we're going to show you guys how to do that. It's always worth checking as things settle in, right? There's some compression, there's a little rubber pressure pad, so some of these things will settle in. As you know, bolts can loosen on the outside of the bike, so it's not unrealistic that they would do the same thing on the inside. So get out some tools and a notepad, we'll walk you through the steps. So while we do have the bike here in our fancy feedback tool work stand, it's actually going to be easier to complete this job with the bike flipped over. So make sure you don't have anything on your handlebars, get your seat dropped and flip that bike over on the bars and seat. Make sure you've got a clean workspace, and let's get these bolts adjusted. First up, you're going to remove the two flathead M8 bolts and open the cover. Could also call that the skid plate. With the cover open, you have access to adjust this bracket, which you can see right here. So next up, you're going to slightly loosen the bracket just enough so that you can move it, but not loose enough that it moves under its own weight. Next, you're going to push the bracket all the way forward. It should not fall, so be careful you haven't loosened it that much. Next, you're going to place a 5mm Allen key in the middle of the horizontal section as shown, and then you will slowly close the cover so it touches the Allen key. You will hold pressure on the cover so the Allen key does not fall out, and then use a 4mm hex wrench to slightly snug up those bracket bolts. Next, you will reopen the cover and make sure the bracket is even. If it is not even, raise the low side so that it is sitting flush. Next up, you will want to torque the bolts to 8 Newton-meters while making sure the bracket does not rotate. Check the spacing by closing the cover. It should contact the battery with about 5mm of gap. Next, you'll apply some blue Loctite to the cover threads and reinstall. Firmly press down on the cover and reinstall those M8 flathead bolts and torque to 13 Newton-meters. So that's it, folks. A few bolts, not too much time or effort, and we are happy to say that our bike is now a lot quieter. So hopefully that helped you guys out. We'd appreciate knowing if you've got any other bikes that are making noise on the trail, and we could do a similar video. In the meantime, we've got a lot of cool new merchandise in the web store. We'd love for you guys to check it out, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can see you in future videos. Thank you, and we'll see you out on the trails.